Hey everybody, welcome to Chef Dad, and this is Dungeness Crab Boil. All right everybody, we're here doing our first catch and cook, and we're going to be going for Dungeness crab here in Winchester Bay, Oregon. Pro tip, leave your wedding ring in the truck when you're crabbing. Good? Yep. Okay, just got all the pots out. It's about 8:22. We're gonna wait about 15 minutes, see what's happening. As you can see, it's a little rough out. It is supposed to be a king tide, but we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. All right, so make sure you got your crab gauge. We've got a bunch of them because I've forgot them many times when we've gone out crabbing, so we buy a new one every time. But here in Oregon, they got to be a male, and we'll show you that when we pull a couple in. And it's got to be 5 3/4 inches, which is this first notch right here. So we'll show you when we start pulling some crab in here pretty soon, how to use it. All right, we're gonna pull the first pot. It's been about 15-20 minutes to soak. Let's see what we got. Nope. Bunch of little guys. That's male, right? Is there a female in here? They're all males, as you can see right here. It'll be super wide if it's a female. This little piece right here tells us it's a male, but they are way too short, way too small. Little ones. Little guys. Come on. Hey, come on. That's full. To you, yeah.
Cool. There's a nice one. There's a jumbo.
Watch your fingers. Come on. Come on.
That's a jumbo there.
All right. So we'll gauge them, but we know that this one's a keeper. It is a male. So we're gonna grab the gauge. Sweet. See it inside? It won't fit inside the 5 3/4. And this guy definitely over 6. So you can see that's 6 1/4. And you're supposed to measure right on these horns. So he's almost 6 1/2. He's over 6 1/2 inches. So beautiful little keeper. We got dinner. All right, so here we are on the second pull. See how we did. Bunch of crab. Yep.
Maybe 3 keepers.
There's a keeper, another male. So there's the difference between the two. You can see the female's got this bulbous section, and this is more like an arrowhead, straight point. It's right on that. And he is over 6 1/4. Perfect. Got some? Okay, here we go. That one don't feel as heavy. Oh, maybe one.
Female.
Male, but he's too small. We're gonna let him go. That's heavy. With a bunch of crab. Maybe got one there. They got, oh, this is one of those chicken wings fell in there. You got your clip? Hey, look, we even got hors d'oeuvres. It's coming out. Oh, that's, look, Dad. Dad. He'd come clear out digging at me. Get off me. Already got a couple little crabs in there. We had better luck down there. All right, here we are on our 3rd pull. We're doing pretty good so far, got 4. So at least we got dinner for tonight. That feels that way. None of them are very big. No keepers. Yep. Definitely softer than the other ones have been. Too small. So mashing down the chicken so we get a little more scent to spread out throughout the water here. Keep the crabs coming. Feels light. There's just little ones. 3rd pot. Feels heavier. All of them swam out. Little guys. Freshwater time. Yeah, I'm not gonna let him go. He's not gonna let you go either. Oh, got me. Get in there. All right, pull number 4. We let these soak for a little bit longer this time, so see how it does. There's maybe a keeper. Maybe one.
That's a big old female there.
That one on the edge. That's female, so we're gonna let it go. That one's full of little guys. Maybe one. That's heavier than the last time anyway. There's one. That one here. There. Nope, not legal. He's gonna dump the whole bucket. Squished a bait. That's a good pot. All right, 5th pull. We'll see what we get. Little ones. Little guys. A little slick. We'll save the zinc pot for last. Full pot. Heavier than the last one. About the same weight as the last one. Crab on top. Little guys. Little guys. Ah. Pole number 6. Let's see what we got. Couple little ones. Oh, that feels heavier. Come on, be heavier. Not quite. One more. Let's see how we do. One. There's one. Yep. That's a keeper. One clawed keeper.
Okay, right. Like messing with a big claw here.
Measure it just cause. Oh yeah. All right, so that wraps it up for us down here at Winchester Bay. We ended up with 8 Dungeness crab over about 3.5 hours. We did 8 poles, so we're on our way home now, and we're gonna have a crab boil. We got a little bit of Old Bay's, we got a 1/4 cup of salt, and about 2.5 gallons of water in there. Almost time to start boiling crab. All right. So we're gonna take the crab, we're gonna drop them into the pot. We're gonna take all 8, just drop them in the same pot, wait for that to come back up to a boil, and then we'll put them in for 15 minutes. What's that? Yep. All right, so we're gonna bring that back to a boil. That way we can cook the crab for the 15 minutes that it's gonna take us to make sure that all the bacteria, parasites, everything's killed out of it. All the water got back to a boil, so now we're gonna set our timer for 15 minutes and the crab will be done. Then we'll move to the next step. All right, we just pulled the lid off so we can make sure that it doesn't boil over. As long as it stays at a boil, you're good to go. All right, so there's our timer. Crab are done. We're just gonna turn off the propane. Other way. Now we're just gonna pull them out, set them on this tray right here. And then we're gonna take them over and cool them off so they stop cooking. Oh, he's a big boy. Okay, so we're gonna take these over, we're gonna cool them off so they stop cooking. All right, now we got them cooled off, we're gonna take them right back over here. We're gonna bring them over here, we're gonna let them cool the rest of the way. Then we're gonna back them, split them, clean them out, and they'll be ready to use. Okay, so flip them over on their back. You can tell this one's a male. You're gonna peel that fin back, reach in, it'll lift right off on that cap. And you're gonna go in, peel all the gills and all the guts out of the center. There's still some boiling water in here. And bust them flippers off on the front. Then to make it easier to work with, we're just gonna split them right in half and drop them in a bowl. So if for some reason you can't get it from the back, you could always just pull up into the mouth, split the mouth open like that, and pop it from the front. And it'll come open just the same. You do got a little more cleaning if you do it that way, because it doesn't peel all the internals out with it. All right, Now the master's gonna jump in here and show you how it's done. Grandmaster Crab Cracker.
Take your finger inside, pull that down.
Looks so much more better now. So beautiful.
And it doesn't have to, try not to rub in there too hard, just shake them a little bit, right?
The joy of your own crab. Taking care of them. These are way, flavor on this is so much better than store-bought. You can't go down to the docks in some places and buy them fresh off the boat. I suggest doing that if you're not going to go catch your own. But we all had a whole lot of fun today out there catching these crab. Right now these crab are ready to eat. We could have waited until we did the crab boil to get them all ready, but we definitely don't need all 8 crab for this boil. Put them in the freezer and they'll last for quite a while. But chances are they're not going to last very long because we're going to eat them. We're going to take them out, put them in the fridge, and wait till we do our boil. All right, so here we go. We're going to make our crab boil, and if it's complicated, you're doing it wrong. Or not. Do it however you want. But ours is going to be super simple. We're going to fill a pot with water. We've got our sausage. We've got our potatoes, our corn. We've got some pearl onions, garlic, bearded butcher, a little olive oil, and we're going to use some Kerrygold butter. We're going to fill this pot, and we've got our crab that we will throw in at the end. We already boiled it, so it's ready to go. All we're going to do is heat it back up. So let's get started. About a little over half. That'll be more than enough. I'm actually going to dump some of this out because once I add all the potatoes and everything into it, it's going to overflow. So we'll dump a little bit of this out right now. Okay, we're going to turn this on a high heat because we want it to boil. Going to go in with our potatoes. All right, so we're going to go in with our bearded butcher butter blend, just a little bit. Yeah. So realistically, I put in maybe a tablespoon. We're going to go in with the healthy pinch of our smoked morel and shiitake mushroom salt. And those potatoes are going to soak up pretty much everything you dump into this. So add as much garlic as you want. So your garlic, make sure, don't tip your knife up. Keep it tipped down and just give it a good crush. And you could now go through and peel each one of those garlics, but this is, again, it's a crab boil. So it's going to take a little bit of work on everybody's part, peeling the crab. So we're just going to take all this garlic here and we're going to put it in the pot. So it's critical that you cut the sausage to the exact size. Every one of them should be uniformed. I'm kidding. So the sausage is going to add a lot of flavor and a lot more texture to the meal. Somebody's sampling. Hi-ya! So now we're going to go in with the andouille sausage. Corn has to go in the last moment. I'd rather put the corn in right now, but since I'm not the only one eating it, I'm going to wait to put the corn in till about the last 5 minutes. But we are going to get the corn prepped so that we can drop it in the end. Everybody gets about that size. Okay, we're going to go in with a little bit of olive oil. Okay, so we're going to use some Kerrygold, and this is spreadable Kerrygold, but it's got a little extra oil in it, which isn't going to hurt anything. So we're just going to add in the rest that we had here, which is probably equal to a half of a stick of butter. Okay, so the potatoes just hit the perfect doneness. So now we're going to drop in our corn because the corn doesn't take very long. We're going to go another 5 to 8 minutes with the corn. Okay, in this pot over here, we're going to make a little butter sauce. About that much butter. Should be plenty for everybody. Morale smoked salt. Yeah, that much. Granulated garlic. And then when this cooks down, we're gonna see how it tastes, and then we can add to it as we want. Okay, so our butter is just about set. I'm gonna finish melting off that last little bit, and we'll give it a small sample. So you can bring this to a brown butter if that's what you really want. Generally, you don't do that with a crab, or with a crab dipping sauce. But it's not going to hurt anything. You just really don't want to burn the butter, because otherwise you're just going to have this bitter, nasty flavor. And it's really going to take away from the crab. So as soon as that melts all the way down, which it just did, we're going to go ahead and take that heat off. And this is cooking on an electric stove. Sample it. Oh, it doesn't get any better than that. A little bit of smoked salt, granulated garlic, some good Kerrygold butter, and yeah, it doesn't get better than that. That's perfect. Well, all this is done. We're going to go ahead and pull it out into this bowl, and then we're going to drop the crab. If we were doing this outside in a big pot on a propane burner, we would have done everything together, but this is how we're doing it this time. Crab are already cooked. You saw that earlier, so all this is going to take is about 5 minutes to bring them back up to ideal temperature. It's going to absorb all those extra flavors that we have in there. So we're going to let that come back up to temp, and then when it's time to eat. Okay, so the crab has had plenty of time to warm back up. So we're going to go ahead and get everything back over into the main bowl. All right, so now we're going to plate up our crab boil. This is Oregon Coast Dungeness crab claw. All right, that's perfect. Thanks, everybody. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe. All right, everybody, welcome to Chef Dad, and this is...
This is not... This is good. Okay.